So a few days ago, we saw two of the most hyped prospects come into the 2023 NBA draft class go at it, and Scoot Henderson and Victor Wembanyama in a nationally televised game. This game definitely lived up to the hype as both prospects showed why every scout wants them. Scoot Henderson would drop 28 points, nearly having a double-double, and Victor Wembanyama would drop 37 points, hitting 7 threes, looking like an absolute beast and freak. After this game, a huge debate struck, which is who should be the #1 pick, and that has led me to make this video today where I'll be discussing who I think is the current better prospect between Scoot Henderson and Victor Wembanyama. But before we get into the video, I ask you to drop a like, I ask you to drop a subscription so you can help me reach to discuss Wembanyama's case. If we're being honest, everyone I've talked to thinks he should be the #1 pick right now, and I don't think that's a crazy thing to believe. Victor's a 7'4" player with skills that most forwards in the league don't even have. Some starting guards don't even have it, because this guy has crazy skills. Entering the league, Victor would be one of the tallest players in the league. I think he would be tied for the tallest player in the league, or like Taco Fall would beat him if he's still in the NBA. But when Victor enters the league, he's going to be one of the tallest players. And most people would assume that would make him one of the least athletic, least agile players in the league. But arguably, he might be the most agile 7-footer coming straight into the NBA. To talk about his defense, Victor's a phenomenal defender, as he's amazing at protecting the rim, as he should be because he is 7'4" with an 8-foot wingspan. But what makes him better than a normal paint protector like a Rudy Gobert is the fact that he's actually doing a good job at somewhat guarding perimeter players on the perimeter. I'm not saying he's Bam Adebayo or Evan Mobley, where I would fully flat out just trust him to go switch on the guards, but I'm saying he would be above average when it comes to guarding the perimeter as a center, and in today's NBA that's very important. He's also a defender who might be a little bit skinny, but he still holds his own in the post as his length is just overwhelming for other centers, and he just avoids stupid fouls. To talk about his offense, this is where he gets really scary, because this is where he starts to look like a generational talent. Remember how I said Victor is 7'4"? He's a 7'4" guy with very good handles for his size. I'm not saying you're gonna ask him to be a point guard or something, but I would say he has good enough handles to be a forward type of player. His handles allow him to beat other bigs off the dribble and create separations for shots. Victor already looks like he can be an elite 3-point shooter in the league as well, as he's not just a guy who just shoots catch and shoot threes. He can hit them off the dribble, he can hit pull-ups, he can hit them contested. Yes, we've seen other 7-footers do this recently, like Karl-Anthony Towns, Kristaps Porzingis, even Joel Embiid, even Nikola Jokic. But if we're being honest, none of them look as smooth as Victor, and on top of that, Victor is taller than all of them. Another good thing about Victor is that he's actually a solid passer. He sees a lot of things that most centers wouldn't see, as you can see over everyone, because he's 7'4", but he has really good accuracy and he takes care of the ball. I'm not saying he's Nikola Jokic, but he can be a facilitator somewhat. There are a few negatives to talk about Victor, but if I'm being honest, there's not that much. Obviously, there's an injury risk because every 7'2+ player in NBA history, even 7-foot player in general, they always have injuries like Kristaps, Joel Embiid, Karl-Anthony Towns, and many others. Obviously, I'm not hoping he gets an injury or anything, but I'm just saying it's more likely due to how tall he is and the fact that he's also very skinny. And another negative is probably the fact that he's skinny. Some people will say that will affect him, but look at Kevin Durant. I generally don't think it's going to affect him at all. I think he'll be fine, but you have to bring it up because he is kind of skinny. But overall, Victor looks like a unicorn type of prospect, a guy who we won't be seeing someone for a while. I don't think we've seen anyone like him, maybe like Kristaps Porzingis, but Kristaps Porzingis is kind of disappointing. But regardless, I think Victor is a really good prospect, and I love his mentality. To talk about Scoot Henderson, he is not as tall as Victor, as he's only 6'2", but he is a crazy athlete. Really strong with broad shoulders. He's definitely going to be a guy who bullies a lot of other guards in the league, similar to how guys like Drew Holiday or Marcus Smart would do. He's an elite athlete with a crazy quick first step. Also has a very high vertical that allows him to finish at the rim at a high level. I would say the best part about his game is his finishing, as he can finish over anyone, and he has a lot of fancy finishes he can do, and then he has times where he can just dunk it on your head. He's a guy who's going to be scary in transition because him coming at you in full head of steam is not a pleasant sight for the defense. His jump shot looks like it has improved a lot since the last time we saw him. He was hitting tough pull-ups and a lot of tough threes. Also, he's a really solid ball handler. His dribble is creative enough to get past any defender he wants, has really good ball control. When it comes to passing, I'm not saying he's some great passer, but he is a guy who can make plays and make the right pass just off of the gravity that he attracts from attacking the rim. He's also a guy who's not going to turn the ball over a crazy amount, and he does take good care of the ball. Defensively, it's clear that he doesn't go all out on defense, but he's still good at playing the passing lanes, and he definitely has the physical attributes to be a borderline elite defender. But we have seen him pass the athletic guards just like him who should be great defenders, guys like Derrick Rose, John Morant, Russell Westbrook. None of those guys ever become as good of defenders as they should be, but maybe Scoot will be different. We'll have to see. But regardless, at least he has the physical tools to be a good defender. If I'm being honest, the only negative I would give him is the fact that his three-point shot was terrible last year in the G League. But as I said, his mid-range jump shot is really solid, and that shows potential that his three-point shot could improve. And from what we've seen so far, his three-point shot does look a little bit improved. Also, you have to realize he was coming straight out of high school, straight to the G League, which is the NBA three-point line, playing against grown men. So I'll cut him some slack for not being the best three-point shooter in the world. But regardless, Scoot is definitely an intriguing prospect. He's actually my favorite prospect in this draft class, so I've been watching him since high school. But I'm not going to lie, I did not know he was this good. But to answer the question of who I think is the better prospect between Scoot Henderson and Victor Wembanyama, definitely going to have to go with Victor. All around, Scoot is a phenomenal prospect, and I think in a normal draft class, he would definitely go number 1, and I do believe he's a future star in the league. But Victor is just a prospect we have not seen before, and I really don't see any major red signal with Victor. And I think if he stays healthy, he's a guy who could be a generational player, a guy like Kevin Durant or Giannis. And I just hope people don't start overrating him, because I like Victor, but people are starting to say he was a better prospect than LeBron James. Let's slow down now. Anyways, guys, that's it for the video. Let me know who you think should be the number 1 pick, Scoot or Victor. Drop a like on this video as it does help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel. I'll reach my goal of 3,000 subscribers. Also, drop a comment on this video. I do respond to all of my comments. And play that intro.